Okay, let's continue our process. I'm going to add a dust layer. In this dust, I'm going to use a curvature generator. Okay, like this. And let's use macro detail from height collection in here. And now we can play with the balance, play with the global blur. And I just want to add a fill layer like dirt 1, and change the blending mode to multiply. And that's it. Okay, now we can play with the dirt. Balance, styling. Okay. Like this. Yeah. And in the layer, I just need color and roughness. Roughness should be on 85, and the color should be a little white or maybe gray is okay. So this is the effect for the dust. And now I'm going to add another layer in here, and I'm going to call it imperfection. Okay. In this layer, I'm going to use a brown color like this in a base color. Okay. And I need height and roughness. Okay, roughness should be on 65, I think. And for the height, I can use negative 0.02. Okay, let's add a black mask. And in the black mask, I'm going to add a generator. And in the generator, I'm going to load ambient occlusion and macro detail, height collection, change reference channel to height. And now let's invert. Okay, and play with this mask. Okay, like this. I just need this effect. And now I'm going to add a filter, slope blur. Okay, that's it. And let's change the source type to custom noise. And in the custom input, I'm going to use direction number 4, I think. Yeah, it's okay. That's it. And let's change the intensity. And now I'm going to change the blending mode to max. Okay. And let's change the scale to, as you can see, we are just creating a wood damage mask with this effect. Okay, like this. And let's subtract some pattern and some noise and grunges from this mask to create variation. So let's add a fill layer. I'm going to search for directional scratch. Yeah, this one. Okay, let's change the rotation to 90. Oh no, it's okay. It's on 0. And let's play with the scale. I'm going for 3. Yeah, and let's increase the contrast because I want to create this kind of mask to subtract from the effect that we create. Okay, and let's play with the balance. Okay, and let's go for the pattern size to something like, for example, 1.2, and pattern size Y. Maybe 50 is a good value. Yeah, we can play with the random. That's it. And let's play with the disorder. We can add some random seed too. And now let's subtract it from the mask. So this is the effect that we are seeking for. Let's add another fill layer. Let's use Perlin noise. Put it on subtract. Okay, play with the contrast and balance. Okay, this is with Perlin noise, and let's add another fill layer. I'm going to load the grunge here, like this. Let's change the rotation to 90, change the tiling to 3, play with the contrast and balance. Let's change the blending mode to subtract. And yeah, 5. Play with the random seed here. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay, let's see what we have. This is the result that we have here. Okay, maybe we need to change the color. Yeah, this one is better. Okay, and I can increase the amount in global balance. Yeah, let's play with the AO reduce, AO depth. Okay, this is for lower slab. Okay, now we have see the detail in this layer. Okay, let's remove some of them with this mask. Yeah, like this. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. We can increase the tiling. Yeah. Let's decrease the opacity to something like 40, for example. And now we can play with the balance. Okay. We have Perlin noise. Okay, we can keep it. And we have this one. Maybe we should use this grunge crack in different way, like this. Yeah. And let's decrease the opacity of this layer, and that's it. Okay, this is the layer. We call it the imperfection. Maybe we can increase the color value. Okay, to have something like this. As you can see. Yeah. And that's it for the imperfection. So let's go for another layer that we want to create. Okay, I'm going to create another color variation. Color va3 white spot. And I want to create another variation, color variation number 4, black spot. Okay, for black spot, I just need to have a black color. And 0.9 roughness. Let's add a black mask. And for color variation number 3, I need a white color, almost white. And let's add roughness with value 0.55. Okay, let's add a black mask. And for color variation number 3, let's add a fill layer like shaving, grunge shaving. Yeah, like this. And let's increase the tiling to 3 or maybe 4. And change balance, increase the contrast like this. Okay, we have some white dots around the surface. Let's add a filter like warp. And as you can see, with the default value, we create different mask here. Okay, that's it. So let's decrease the amount of the color to 50. Okay, and now add another fill layer. Okay, let's search for charcoal. Yeah, and let's increase the contrast, increase the balance. Okay, use the invert, and I'm going to increase the tiling to 3. Okay, I think it's too much. So let's bring down the balance, change the tiling to 5, and maybe change projection to triplanar. It's a good way to have this effect. Okay, let's change the blending mode to linear. And now we have this small dot here. So that's it. Okay, let's go for the black spot. Okay, for this one, again, I'm going to use ground shading and warp. Okay, like this, but with a random seed. That's it, and change the tiling, change the balance. Okay, now for the black, I can use the negative height even. Okay, like this. And let's add another fill layer. I'm going to call it dirt. And we can use dirt number 2. Increase tiling to 5. Increase the contrast and decrease the balance. Okay. Now we have a good amount of detail inside the surface and the material. Okay. Okay, now it's time to add some roughness variation. So I just need to add 2 roughness variation number 1, roughness variation number 2. And let's just keep the roughness value. Let's add a black mask. Okay, for roughness variation number 1, I'm going to add a fill and search for galvanic. Okay, grunge galvanic large. Yeah, it's a good grunge to create roughness variation. Let's make it 3 in the tiling and play with the contrast and balance. So this is the roughness variation level number 1. Okay, so for the roughness variation number 2, I'm going to use generator curvature, but this time I don't want to use macro detail. So let's add global invert. I'm going to contrast and blur at the same time. Yeah, like this. Okay, and let's add a fill layer. And I'm going to search grunge number 14. Okay, let's change the blending mode to multiply. Increase the tiling to 4. And let's play with the balance and contrast to create this kind of mask. And now we can play with the roughness value. Okay, that's it. Yeah. So we can increase the interesting roughness variation for the black part, like this one. Okay. This dust effect, we can use filter like warp to create some interesting effect. Yeah, like this. Without warp and with warp. Okay, it's okay. Let's add some details for the wood again. Okay, now I'm going to add a damage layer after imperfection. Let's add surface damage. And I'm going to add a black mask, a fill layer, and let's load scratches rough. Okay. And let's bring down the tiling. Okay. Increasing scratches width, decrease the length, double scratches, and let's decrease the scratch quantity. And we can increase the masking to remove some scratches randomly. And yeah, we have this mask. And let's keep color, height, roughness. That's it. And let's bring down the height value. Okay, for example, this amount is good, negative 0.05. And for the color, let's go for the soft light. And we can increase the whiteness. Yeah, we have a good surface detail here, as you can see. And we can add another fill layer and call it scratches. Okay, again, I'm going to use this one, but this time I'm going to increase the tiling to 6, increase scratch quantity, and scratch tiling. Let's increase the scratch masking, scratch length, width, spots tiling, dust intensity, dust tiling, and yeah, this is the layer that I'm going to add a very small amount in height, a black color, or dark color actually, with a high value in the roughness. So we can do something else. For example, change color to pass, turn off the color, and add a filter like HSL. And now we can play with the lightness, contrast, saturation, and etc. So I'm going the lightness, and let's bring down the opacity of the mask. Yeah, that's okay. So let's go for the next layer. And after dust, I'm going to create 2 different color detail number 1, color detail number 2. Okay, for this color detail, I just need color and roughness for both layer. Let's add black mask to color detail 1, color detail 2. And in color detail number 1, I'm going to add a fill layer and add the grunge map number 2. Yeah, this one. Let's change the rotation to 90, change the tiling to 3, play with the balance and contrast to have a good mask. Okay, so let's go back to the color itself. Yeah, I'm going to choose color. Okay, Let's go to the brown and choose something like this. Put the roughness to 1. Okay, so this is a mask that I want, but it's so generic and I need to find a way to control that. So this is the simple way that we can control a mask. So let's add a paint layer and put it below that layer. Change the blending mode of this layer to multiply, and boom, it's gone. But we want to have this grunge map on the surface. But where? Okay, so let's load shape, for example, and just paint. And as you can see, whenever I paint, this mask is going to be appear. So this is the way that I'm going to control this mask. So let's go back and let's go to the shelf and search for wood. Okay. And I have this brush wood stroke. Let's put some color here. Maybe a little here. Like this. Okay, I can erase them with X key. That's it. Okay, let's add some color here. Okay. Maybe we can add height. Oh no, it's okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's okay to have height on this layer, but we need to go to the height channel and decrease the height opacity to 50. Yeah. And now we have the noise from the surface, but in a slighter way. So let's go back here and start painting. Yeah. Okay, now as you can see, we have a paint layer we painted on the surface, and we just multiply this grunge to this paint, and this is the result that you can see in base color, and now you can see it on the material itself. So let's go for the color detail number 2. I'm going to add 0.95 for the roughness and a white value for the color. Okay, and let's go the base color in the mask, and I'm going to add a fill layer here, like grunge brush. Okay, yeah, this one. And let's play with the contrast and balance. Let's play with the tiling. For example, 6 is good, or 5, or 4. Yeah. Okay, and now I'm going to load the height collection in the mask, and let's change the reference channel to height. And as you can see, we have this mask. So let's just subtract this from the mask and the grunge in here. Now let's bring down the balance. Okay. Let's change the projection to triplanar and rotation to something like 90. Okay, like this. Yeah. And we have a good detail here. So, yeah. Okay, this is our wood material. Now I can add a paint layer or a color control layer. Let's change the path for the color, add a filter like HSL, and add another filter like contrast in here. Okay, now we can control the color. How we can decrease the lightness, increase the lightness, change the hue, play with the saturation, for example, like this. Okay, and maybe increase the contrast here, play with the luminosity to achieve this look. Okay, that's good. Let's go for the next part, for the metal head, and we are going to create the metal head material, and after that we are going to create the pattern in Photoshop for this section. So this is the end of the wood material creation process. So let's go for the next video. Before moving, let's add a detail layer like dirt. Okay, I'm using black mask and a generator. Add a dirt layer. Put height collection. Change the reference channel to height. Turn on the macro height detail. Okay, and now we can play with this slider to achieve the result. Okay, color, rough, and this is a basic dirt layer. Okay, now I want to add another P layer. Okay, calling color gradient. In the color gradients, I'm going to use a black mask, a generator, which is, for example, 3D linear gradient. Yeah, as you can see, it's perfectly ready. Okay, I'm going to use invert mode, and I just need color. And in the color, I'm going to change pass through and turn off the color itself, add a filter like contrast, and let's change the luminosity. So in this way, we have a darker color in here and brighter color in here. So it can give us very good looking color. So that's it. It's end of the process. Let's go for the next video.